What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we are going to continue with this Izzet Niv-Mizzet deck, or Izzet Drakes, or Izzet no Arclight. In competitive constructed this time. We had a couple practice matches. This is probably not best practices to pick up a deck, play it twice, and then just take it into a queue. If you're seriously thinking of like either learning a deck for competitive like real world play or learning a deck. Well, no, actually, if you're learning it for competitive real world play, probably do this because you just want to play it at the highest level that you can. This looks like a pretty good keep. And right now, I think this is probably the highest level that's possible on Arena, but for anything else, like if you're just interested in grinding gold, maybe don't do this. So we're probably opting here. I don't think we're going to have a ton of time to do anything else. Or to use this. So let's take that. Not too worried about the 1/1 haste. Yeah, I think we're just going to shock this Pyromancer on their turn. Yeah, we're just going to probably go shock into Lava Coil, into Drake, and see if the Drake does a good job blocking. That's nice. So we'll Lava Coil the Chain Whirler, save ourselves 3 more damage. We have opt for their turn. We'll play ourselves a healthy 4/4 Drake, draw a card. That's scary. Steam Vents. I don't think we need you. We're just going to make a big blocker. Force them to interact with it. This is actually a great, assuming that they have like a 3 damage spell plus Firebrand here. Having a backup with dive down next turn. Yeah, this is exactly how they're going to sequence it. Hopefully no 1-drop. If they just get in for 2 here, I'm pretty happy. Now we get to make the exact same play with dive down, protection. Auto Tapper's doing us right. Oh, the Frenzy, though. That's a little scary. Guess we're just making another blocker. We're at 11. Relatively healthy life total here. Alright, so they rip Lava Coil. We'll dive it down. They have to have... Well, they can't even have a Lava Coil on top because it's not an instant. They can have a Lava Coil now for the Enigma Drake. Wow, and they got it because, of course, Experimental Frenzy. Which is how the card works. Alright, we're probably going to be blocking here this turn if they swing with the 4/4. And then we're going to look to just like chart a bunch and keep the board clear with this Niv-Mizzet. assuming it survives. This type of board is where I think Experimental Frenzy is not so scary. To draw, you can almost kill them. This is going to go for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I think we just double chart and kill them, right? Discard a card. 2 pings. 15, 12, yeah, so we just run that back. Do it all pre-combat to buff the Drake, yeah. And then the Drake goes to 8. They take 3. We attack for 13. All right, overall, I'd say we got like above average lucky there. I don't think we want, well, let's see. We probably don't want Spell Pierce. I think we just want to bring in as much removal as possible. We'll bring in the Shivan Fires. They're cheap. Lava Coil. I don't think we want Searches. We're probably just not going to ever have time to play it. Especially on the draw here. So I can see bringing in the Beacon Bolt, a Fight with Fire. Fight with Fire is probably the least effective. So I guess it's a question of what's better, like Fight with Fire or something like Entrancing Melody. Probably Fight with Fire. I feel like Entrancing Melody's meh, pretty meh. So do we take out the Row? Do we take out the Niv-Mizzet? It was obviously good there, but is it necessarily going to be good? Do we take out the Melody for another Fight with Fire? I kind of like just Fight with Fire as a 3 damage removal spell instead of something that deals with like a Chain Whirler instead of having to deal with it for 5. 3 mana removal spell. Well, let's keep the Row. It does protect itself a little bit. It draws aggro potentially from a burn spell, from a creature in play, and it can help us close out a game if we stabilize. Tricky hand, just Shivan Fire and no blue sources. This is probably a mulligan. We have a lot of shocks. Yeah, so this is better. Sulfur Falls even on top. Nice to be rewarded. We get to turn 1 mountain and leave up shock for their 2-drop. Or they're just going to go double 1-drop. That would be a little scary. Alright. We'll take this out. Next turn looks like we're going to be playing Discovery. Yeah, nothing to Lava Coil. We'll play Discovery here. Chart potentially can just be a draw too if we need it. Chart Course Shock. Let's put Chart of Course into the old dusty bucket. The trash bin. Take the Shock. So now next turn we have Lava Coil and Shock. Alright, Pyromancer. Looks like they're stuck on land, which is nice for us. Another Lava Coil, though. Alright, so it looks like we're going to chart here. We do want to find land. There's one. Drop the Opt. Shock the Pyromancer. And then we have double Lava Coil next turn, which will be unnecessary since they're choked on mana. We want to hold this Drake until we have some way to protect it. Oh, yeah, we might just play it next turn, regardless. Depends on how much of their hand they play out here. But we really don't want to lose it to like a 3 damage spell, plus the Firebrand, And I guess they're down to 2 cards. It wouldn't be the end of the world. We are at 7, so I think I guess it's looking like we have to do that. And if they don't have it, this closes the game out really quickly. We have Fight with Fire. If they attack with this, are we taking it? Is the question. Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question. It's a little bit challenging here because using the Fight with Fire puts this to 9. We attack them for 9, we take out a Firebrand, so we reduce their clock on us. They telegraph that they don't have a 3 damage spell, but their deck is basically has 7 3 damage spells left in it. And by doing this, we have the opportunity to potentially win the game next turn if we draw Discovery or Chart or Opt. Any of our cantrips. So I'm kind of inclined to do this. It looks like they don't have too much. So they sack it to deal 1 to us. This backfires if they do have a 3 damage spell and they're slow rolling it. Alright. Looks like they don't. We're going to play the Steam Vents, even though it's maybe not best practices, but this way if we draw Niv-Mizzet, we can play it without paying life. So we have to assume these aren't burned. So this could be like a Frenzy. It could be 2 Frenzies. It could be some weird hand like that where they just kept, drew another Frenzy or missing land. Oh, Shock just kills them. Alright, hey. If it gets done, it gets done. Don't need to argue with the methodology. There we go. 1-0 start, feels good. Claim that prize. Thanks for the vampire, Watsy. And nice little 2-0 win over red deck wins there. Showing off the power of the Flyers. So yeah, that's it for this. This is competitive constructed, so we're just doing one round per video for the sake of my sanity. Let me know what you thought of my sideboarding there. I think it was right. I'm not sure entirely on keeping the Row. If there was something like, is it worth it to keep in some number of Spell Pierce maybe because of the Wizard's Lightning and stuff like that. Spell Pierce could be good, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And we will be back again soon with the next round.